I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty.
Hi guys, welcome back to Chitts Giggles Podcast with your host Yasmeen Chanel. I'm so happy to be back with another episode. And today, let me tell you, honey, we are talking about girl code. So let me tell you how I even got on the topic of girl code. The reason why is because I'm watching this Meg Thee Stallion case and Tory Lanez case like everyone else on social media right now. And it is crazy. And one of the things that they're talking about is Meg Thee Stallion possibly, or allegedly, should we say, but that's what the internet lawyers say, sleeping with Tory Lanez. Now, it is okay if she slept with Tory Lanez and he has no relations with her homegirl. But word on the streets is that Tory Lanez was messing with Kelsey, who is Meg Thee Stallion's ex-best friend, and messing with Meg Thee Stallion at the same time. So Tory Lanez dirty already, because that's just messed up and you being messy, but he a nigga and niggas gonna do nigga shit, and that's some real nigga shit, okay? But let's talk about the girls, because Meg Thee Stallion had no reason to be messing with Tory Lanez if she knew that her homegirl, aka sister, aka friend, best friend, should I say, the girl that's in all her videos, the girl who she was posted up with on Instagram and traveling the world with as she became this big superstar, is messing with him. Why are you messing with Tory Lanez if your best friend is talking to him? It does not matter if you guys are in the industry, if you guys are celebrities. Like, I felt like Meg Thee Stallion just broke girl code. And I don't want to get too much into celebrity talk and into her case because it's still unfolding right now as we speak. But at the same time, Meg Thee Stallion, if she really did mess with Tory Lanez, now she claims that she had no sexual relationship with Tory Lanez. She didn't have anything sexual with him, right? But when looking at the lives, the videos, the history from 2020, they were just a little bit too close for comfort. And it would, I love Meg Thee Stallion. You know, she's tall, she has big feet, she's nasty, she's a rapper, she's from Houston. You know, she got a degree. I love me some Meg Thee Stallion, I can't lie. But something is telling me she's lying somewhere. And I definitely think she's lying when she comes to say that she did not have a relationship with Tory Lanez. Like, I definitely think they were having sex. And I think that's messed up because, like I said, her best friend was messing with him. So I say that to say today, we are going to talk about girl code and what to do, what not to do, what happens if that girl code is broken, what is girl code, who does girl code apply to, and we're going to get straight to the nitty gritty because we got to talk about it. And I don't think as women, we talk about girl code enough. And something that I notice is that, and I hate this about us. Like, I love being a girl. I love living my soft life. I love my friends. But what I hate the most is when I see girls fight and argue and we don't give each other that same grace that we give a nigga that we messing with. So we'll take a dude back over and over and over and over again, find loopholes to make excuses for him. But our homegirl, she do one thing. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Depending on the girl code rule, which rule she broke, she might have to be written off for life, right? Because you mess with my man, my money, my food, baby, chop, chop, you gotta go, right? It's Uncle Clifford rule number 652. You got to go. Thou shalt not mess with my man, my money, my food. But if it's something, I think, small, we can figure out, okay, you broke girl code what do we do? How do we recover? How do you even tell your homegirl she broke girl code? How do you address the situation without making the situation bigger than what it was? Whatever case may be. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But first, so let me just tell y'all, I was recording a whole episode and the batteries on the recorder ran out. So I had to bring my little cute self downstairs in the rain, in the cold, to the car to go get batteries. And while I was out, I actually got some Moscato wine because I was sipping some nasty, low budget wine champagne, not wine, that somebody brought to my house. And I was just trying to make it do what it do, but I couldn't. So while I went out to get the batteries, I got me some Moscato. So if you are watching this on YouTube or you are watching on Apple Podcast app or you are listening on Spotify, tune in with your glass of wine or your alcohol of choice. Or if you don't even drink alcohol, get you a cup of tea, honey, and sip. Because we about to get into girl code. We need to break it down and we're going to talk our shit. But I need a little liquid courage sometimes. I did go out last night. So, and excuse me, y'all, once again, I'm getting over a cold. So if I get a little raspy as I'm talking to you, it's because my voice is still trying to find its way back. So just forgive me. But I did go out last night and let me just tell you, okay, I had a time last night. I haven't had a time like that in a while. I'm talking about drunk. I'm making friends. I'm talking to everybody at the bar. It was a lot. And I actually threw up. Yeah, I threw up. You were too drunk when you threw up. Because it's like, you're grown. Why are you throwing up? Like that's so college. Like, when's the last time you threw up as an adult? But anyway, I threw up. So I need to take it light and easy on the alcohol today. So I'm going to sip, but I'm going to sip a little bit. I'm not going to go as hard as I did my first episode. So we're going to take a little sip. That was good. I know I said a little sip, but woo, that was good. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I have the Chitts Giggles Podcast notebook. It is not out on all platforms yet, but it will be starting 2023. I actually have a lot of podcast merch that I'm working on now, but I will put the notebooks out on Instagram, on Shopify, so that you can go ahead and purchase you a notebook because they're really cute. And look, it says talk your shit on it as soon as you open it. So yes, I'm going to be using my notebook today because I took down some notes so I can make sure I hit every topic when it comes to girl code today. So let's get into the real deal. So I already told you that we are talking about girl code today, and that is because of Meg Thee Stallion and her best friend and their issue with Tory Lanez and possibly Meg Thee Stallion breaking girl code. So what is girl code? To me, girl code is like an unwritten handbook for women. Once you develop and you establish your core group of friends or your friends, it doesn't even have to be core group, right? You should automatically have this invisible, unwritten girl code handbook, right? And it's just things that you do or you don't do to your friends. Anyone that you call a friend, a sister, sis, homegirl, anyone that's in your circle that you trust, that you love, this girl code rule or rules, plural, applies to you and her and her and her and her, whoever's in your circle. So that is my definition of girl code. I know some girls don't always follow girl code, and some of y'all heifers don't know what girl code is, which is why a lot of girls sometimes don't have friends or cannot keep friends because y'all don't follow girl code. And I'm always weary of girls who, I can't keep a girlfriend, or I don't like girls, or I don't like hanging with girls, or this. And that automatically lets me know that you also don't follow girl code. And you probably don't keep friends because you don't follow girl code and you breaking them left and right. And nobody want to be friends with a girl who's breaking girl code every other day. So I say that to say, if you are a young lady, I think, when does girl code start to apply? Because I mean, if you're like 7 years old, ain't nobody on the playground talking about girl code. I mean, then again, the kids nowadays, they have breasts, they have booty, probably more booty than me. So I don't know. I don't know what the young girls are doing nowadays, but I feel like girl code applies, I would say high school, right? Middle school, you're still trying to figure out who's who. You know, you change your friend group. You're trying to see where you fit in. Are you with the emo kids? Or are you with the nerds? Or maybe you with both. I don't know, right? Whatever rocks your boat. But I feel like once you go to high school, you get your crew, you click, you develop those relationships. That's when some of these girl code rules start to apply because you're stepping into your womanhood, right? You already probably doing some nasty things behind the bleachers. Fast ass. But I feel like for me, like that's when girl code rules start to apply, right? So we got girl code. Who does it apply to? When does girl code start to apply to you? And what is girl code? Now, we need to get into what are the rules of girl code. Now, I feel like there's so many rules with girl code. Like it's probably unlimited amount, but I'm going to talk about like the top ones, maybe like the top 5, because we want to make sure that we get to the nitty gritty. And I'm going to talk about the rules that are probably broken the most, right? So that being said, let me sip some of my tea. Well, my drink is definitely not tea. I probably need tea. And my priorities is just all messed up today. I'm getting over a cold and I'm drinking wine for the second day in a row. I was just drunk yesterday and I'm drinking wine today. But whatever, it is what it is. You get what you get. So, rule number 1, do not mess with your friend, man or ex-man. Don't do it. He's off the books. He's off limits. If you do that, Meg, that's messed up. And that's like, I don't think there's a way you can recover from you talking to your homegirl boyfriend or you talking to your homegirl ex-boyfriend. It's just off limits. It's nasty. It's degrading. It's just like, out of all the men in the world, you want to talk to your friend's ex? Like, I don't make it make sense. I don't understand. And to be honest, I feel like I don't want to be sexist and I don't want to not hold the man accountable. But if I'm in a situation where my sister, my best friend, my homegirl mess with my ex-boyfriend, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be more upset with her than I am him. Because he's an ex-boyfriend for a reason. And I left the nigga where he's at for a reason. And I'm not making an excuse, but niggas sometimes do nigga shit. And that would be nigga shit if he messed with your homegirl. But you, sister girl, someone who I call my best friend, someone who you know the details of what's going on with me or what me and this person been through. And if you go behind my back and mess with him after he know what my love faces look like, we have a problem. Now, I'm not saying, it needs to be knuck if you buck, we fighting. Some girls might, but I'm going to really have to check you and we probably won't be friends anymore because I can't trust you. I can't trust you around my old man. I can't trust you around my new man. So I say that to say, don't mess with your homegirl's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. It's just nasty. It's off limits. And let me actually tell y'all a story. So I say that because I actually was in a situation where an ex-friend of mine in high school actually asked me if she can have a relationship with, well, she wanted to do something a little bit more freaky. I really wasn't with that, but she wanted a relationship with me and my man at the time. Now, granted, I know you probably like, girl, ain't nobody thinking about you and your man in high school. But that was my high school sweetheart. And we were together for 8 years, I believe, 9 years. We were together all in high school, in and out of college. So that was definitely my man, my man, my man. And when she came to me and said that she had a dream that she had a relationship with us, I looked at her a little crazy, but then I thought about it. And this gets into another topic regarding this rule and girl code. I'm like, why would this heifer want to have a relationship with me and my man? It just wasn't making sense, right? And I thought about it, and it's because my big mouth ass was telling her about our sexual experiences. And I understood then that that is a big no-no. I should not be disclosing what I'm doing in the bedroom with my man, someone who I felt like I was going to marry, who, we're together, because now it left the door open for my friend to have these thoughts or these ideas. Now, I'm not saying she probably wouldn't have had them, without me telling her this stuff, but I don't think me disclosing how good he is or what he's teaching me or, what we're doing made it any better. So I say that to say this is not a girl code rule, but advice to women. I would be mindful of what you share. And not even just about your sex life with your partner. I think overall, sometimes women, we have a habit of just spilling everything, but especially when it comes to your sex life with someone that you're in a serious relationship with, I would be mindful of the details that you share with your friends, what you tell them, because if you telling your homegirl, girl, let me tell you how Jamal sucked my toes last night, girl. He did this and he did that. And oh my God, he's so good. He's so this, he's so that. Now your friend, if she really not your friend deep down, or she is snake in the grass, you don't know that. But you telling this girl all your business. And you telling her how good your man is. And if somebody who's really not your friend, and if they really want to hurt you, they know how to hurt you, and you're just giving them more information about somebody that they should not even know. So I say that to say, the girl code rule, yes, is don't sleep or mess with your friend's man or ex-man, ex-boyfriend, whatever case may be. But also, we need to identify that we need to be mindful of what we share with our friends when it comes to our partner sex life. We just don't want to give anyone an opportunity to even think or wonder what it's like sleeping with my man, because you should not know. He ain't got no. How about that? Yeah, he don't know. Don't even think about it. He don't have anything. No. So, because I'm very protective and territorial over mine. So, yeah, but that girl code is, I think, one of the, I don't want to say it's the most important one. I guess you could say, I don't know, because I feel like there's definitely a lot of important girl code rules, but it's definitely one that gets broken a lot. Like, I hear a lot of stories with girls messing with they homegirl ex-boyfriend behind their back, or just doing sneaky stuff when it comes to each other, man. And I feel like also too, leading up to even getting to like third base of actually having sex with your homegirl's man, that includes, and when I say messing, because I know messing is like relative. It's like, well, what is messing? Let me break it down so I'm very clear. You should not be having one-on-one conversations with them that your friend is not looped in on. You should not be flirting, meeting up, texting, talking on the phone, FaceTiming, social media messages, any stuff like that. I just feel like it's crossing the line. if you're not talking to your best friend's man to help plan her engagement party or her surprise birthday party or birthday dinner or trying to help him surprise her in any kind of way, I really don't see a reason why you need to even have your friend's man's number. I don't get it. I don't see a reason why. I don't see a reason why you would need to be talking to your best friend's man one-on-one. Like, that sounds crazy to me. Like, imagine me talking to one of my friends' boyfriends one-on-one and y'all together. Like, and we ain't talking about anything involving my friend. I don't think that should happen. Now, obviously, I don't want y'all in the comments to be dramatic or blow me up saying, so you mean to tell me that if you guys are all out, you can't talk to him? Of course, if you guys are all out together or it's an event, yeah, I'm sure you can talk to your friend's boyfriend, right? Like, but they're right there. And I'm sure you guys aren't going to have an inappropriate conversation if your friend is there or not. But, I'm talking about anything that is like the intent to do something that you should not be doing. You just don't do it. Just stay away. So that is girl code number 1. And it's number 1 because, like I said, it gets broken all the effing time. Once again, make the stallion. Let me stop because it's allegedly, so we don't even know. But baby girl, we all seen the interview with Gayle King, child, and it's giving liar. That's all I'm saying. I love you, Meg, but boo, either we need to work on your lying skills or you need to come a little bit harder and just tell us the truth, child. So that's why I gave y'all rule number 1. Don't mess with your friends, man, or anybody that she's talking to. Now, I also say that to say the same way how men have throwaways is the same way how women have throwaways. And we all know what a throwaway is, right? So a throwaway, if you don't know, is someone that you just messing with, right? Like, sex partner, sex buddy, maybe y'all text, maybe y'all go out here and there, but you don't care about them. You're not in a relationship with them. Your emotions aren't involved. They're a throwaway. So a lot of men, when they're messing with a girl and it's just like a sex thing, it's very surface level. If they homeboy want to talk to her, 9 times out of 10, that I would like to think their homeboys are going to want to cuff her if you see she's messing with your mans. But then again, men, y'all guy code is a little bit different. A whole bunch of shit goes down with guy code. So I don't even know why I even have a code because y'all just do whatever. But if, like I was saying, a throwaway, if a guy's just messing with her and it's just like, yeah, I'll fuck with shorty, but if she here today, cool. If she not, I'm cool too. So they'll let their mans know, or sometimes somebody will ask like, yo, I could, I get permission to mess with that. Oh yeah, you good. Yeah, she a throwaway. Women do the same thing, boo. Now, only thing is I've never seen a situation where a woman gave permission to another woman to say, yeah, you can have sex with him too. Because women, even if we're just messing with you on the side, we're really territorial. So even if you just like one of my hoes, you one of my hoes. You can't be my hoe and my friend hoe. Like, no, it's only you're my hoe. Like, that is it. But you can still be a throwaway. So the difference between the relationship that I would have or what I would tell my friend with a throwaways situation and your man, if you messing with somebody who you consider a throwaway, you could tell your friend, yeah, I'm messing with old boy and he do this, he do that. You could tell her about your sexual relationship and there's no risk there because even if she do some sneaky shit and try to go talk to him or mess with him, you don't care about the dude anyway. Like, he's a throwaway for a reason. So it's not that big of a deal. So that I would say, yeah, like you could still talk to your girlfriends about, Joe Schmo or your one night stand and let her know how good or not good it was. But somebody that you love, that you're in a relationship with, someone that you can see yourself getting married to, keep it on the down low, sis. I'm telling you. Next thing you know, your homegirl gonna be like, girl, I had a dream that I was in a relationship with both of y'all. And then it's gonna be a whole new situation. So take my advice. Don't mess with your friends, man. And don't tell your homegirls about what you do in the room with your man. Okay? So that's rule number 1. Let me fix my hair because I have braids, y'all. Every time y'all get on a podcast, I have a new hairstyle. And I tied them in the back, but it was coming undone as I was talking to you. So let me know if you see a braid, out of order. I just love me some braids. It's giving Black girl magic. Like protective style. I said in the beginning of 2023, I was going to cut my hair, but I don't know. For now, we have braids. So anyway, back to the program. So we have girl code rule number 1. Let me take a sip. All right. Girl code rule number 2. Do not talk about each other. And when I say do not talk about each other, do not talk about each other behind each other's backs. Don't be catty. Don't be nasty. It's disgusting. It's just as bad as rule number 1. I hate seeing girls that talk about their friends to other people, or when you calling her your best friend, but then when she turn her back, you talking about her to someone else. Now, if you are telling your truth and you're venting to a friend, maybe about a situation, that's one thing. But just be mindful that if you're telling another friend about you and another friend's situation or issue, and it comes across as if you're talking about her, then it also needs to be something that you have already said to her face, or that you would say to her face. Because I don't like situations where, you're talking about someone, and yes, I'm talking about girl code, but I think this applies to any and everyone, right? Like, you should never be talking about somebody, one, in the first place. But let's be honest, we all gossip. You're a fucking liar if you say you never talked about someone to someone else. You're a liar. We all do it or have done it before, but I like to say that you have to be mindful of what you're saying, how you're saying it, and if this person that I'm talking about was in the room and heard me talking about them, how would they handle the situation, or, how would that go? And hopefully I would say that whatever you're telling someone about someone else, like I said, you better be able to say it to their face. But regardless, like I'm saying, to even avoid all of that, just don't talk about each other. Don't be catty. Don't, smile in the face one day and then the next day go behind their back to say something else. Like, it's nasty. It's disgusting. This is why us women sometimes don't know how to coexist and have secure, long-lasting friendships, because we're just catty sometimes. And this is a safe space. I know there's a lot of podcasts and movements and pages and hashtags and sisterhoods talking about, women empowerment and, coming together and loving on each other and just Black women this and protect us and all that. That is great. I love that movement. I support it and I agree. But at the same time, Chitts and Giggles podcast, we're going to talk about the real. And the real is that though we have those movements, some of y'all hoes talk about each other behind each other's backs, okay? And some of y'all hoes are jealous and catty, and y'all talk a lot of shit when your friend turned her back, but you won't say it to her face. And when she turned back around, you smile back in her face and pretend that you didn't say anything. And low key, everybody know her business because you spreading it, or, any chance you get, you complaining about a friend to another friend. And I personally, like I said, I'm not going to say I've never done it. I'm definitely not going to come up here and lie and say I've never talked about a situation I was having with a friend to another friend. But like I said, anything that I have said about that person also knew because I've said it to them already. So it's just more so me venting about the situation. But I just wish that us women, we can be better and really, be a true sisterhood. And I think, I'm not going to lie, I think for the most part, the women that I surround myself with, we do that, right? And we have that. I would like to hope and pray and think so, right? Even with the girls that I met here in Houston just a little over a year ago, some, I just met a couple months ago, but, I feel like I surround myself around women who don't do that. And if they do, what's done in the dark will then come to light. And I'm not going to worry about, if this person is talking about me behind my back, or if they, are saying this or doing this. If they're doing that, then eventually I'll find out. But I have to take responsibility for me and what role I play in my sisterhood and to my friends. And for me, I am choosing not to talk about my friend, my sis, behind her back to anyone else, whether or not they know her, don't know the situation. I just think it's catty. I think it's catty. I think it's nasty. And I want us to be better. And I feel like back to, once again, Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey, they both, and I think, I don't say their situation's a little bit different because it's on social media, but, they're talking about each other so nasty, or they were, right? I don't think they're doing that much now because they're in court and they're on trial. Well, I guess Tory Lanez is on trial, but when Meg Thee Stallion first got shot, they were really nasty to each other. And it's like, you go from being best friends. This is my homegirl, my ride or die, my sister. You were there through my ups and downs, to this situation happen. And we just start talking about each other. And even if, because I get it, Meg Thee Stallion got shot. So even if, despite the situation, and this is just me, some girls might be different. I can only speak for me and Chitts Giggles podcast. But despite the situation, I still think it speaks to your character if you still follow and live by that girl code, even when you and your homegirl fall out. Like, I look at that. Like, if one of my friends have a fallout with another friend of theirs and they immediately start breaking girl code, I'm looking at you like, oh, bitch. So if you do that to your homegirl, if me and you ever have a tiff, I know for a fact you're going to do the same shit to me. So, I don't like when I see women argue, they go back and forth, especially if it's public, if it's on social media. Well, I can't talk today. Social media. I just think it gets nasty. So I think to avoid saying anything that you can't come back from, to avoid making a situation bigger than what it needs to be, what if you and this friend can possibly, rekindle your relationship? How do you come back from, baby, you talked about me behind my back? Like, how can we ever be friends again? Like, it's just very weird to me. So, and I hold my friends very near and dear to my heart. So I would never want to put my friendship in a situation, even if we had a tiff or falling out where, I'm talking about you like a dog and then we get friends again or we cool again. And it's like, I was just talking about, it's just very weird. So like I said, rule number 2, don't talk about your homegirl. Don't talk about your homegirl behind her back, and just keep it P, keep it player. Free Gunna. Shout out to Gunna, but keep it P. Like, just keep it cute, girl. Don't don't be catty, because no one likes a catty girl. I know, in music, and I hate to be so like, oh guys, just, be nice. Like, no, but in all seriousness, like I know in music and a lot of the rap songs that I re-rap into, that I'm twerking to, we glorify, fuck that bitch, fuck that hoe, I'm a slapper, and, mess with a man, do this, do that. Like, I don't know what this I'm like, I see my reflection and I'm like, what is this? But you get what I'm saying. All the rapper girls and what they talk about, but in all seriousness, that's just rap. It literally, it's just rap. It's not cute. Don't do it. Don't listen to it. Yeah, just keep it cute and have a good character, because you never know. And you don't want someone to do that to you. Like, I wouldn't want someone talking about me behind my back, spilling my business, spilling my tea, just because, we had a falling out. Or even if we don't have a falling out, like if I tell you something and I say, keep it a secret, I expect for you to do just that. I don't expect for you to then go tell your other friend group my business or tell them how stupid I am because I took my boyfriend back for the 80th time. Yeah, I know I'm dumb, girl, but that's what you're here for. I'm here to talk to you about it. And, until you say, bitch, don't talk to me anymore about your man, then I'm going to continue to come to you and, rely on you to say, sis, let me tell you how this man did this and this and this. But I still love him, though, and I'm going to take him back tomorrow. Like, I don't think that gives you the right to then go to your homegirl to say, girl, let me tell you how Yasmeen, dumb ass, and took this broke nigga down. And now the next day, she talking about they going to the movies. She just took his pictures down from Instagram and how he did this and he did that and he done cursed her out and he's sleeping with this girl down the street and she done took him back. Like, it's none of their business. No matter how crazy your homegirl might be or sound, just keep it to yourself, but don't talk about her behind her back. So, rule number 2. Rule number 3 is also, well, I guess rule number 3 is don't tell my business, but that can go hand in hand with rule number 2, because it's just, if you're telling my business, then you're talking about me. So yeah, like, I don't think that needs to be explained any further. Don't tell anyone my business. Like, unless it's, let me say, so unless there's a situation where I am comfortable in publicly telling my truth or letting people know my truth, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I guess, actually, I don't know. Because I'm going to say, I don't think there's anything wrong with like repeating it. But then the question would be, when are you repeating this? And who are you repeating it to? That why would you tell my story, even if I'm okay with telling it to someone else and I'm not there to tell my own story? Because what if you get something wrong? Or what if you mess up my story? It's just so, yeah, I don't know. But just to be on the safe side, just don't tell your friend's business. Like, keep it to yourself. So that's rule number 2/3. Rule number 4. Okay. If we come together, we leave together. And I say this with like the most emphasis, because you would think as women, and in today's day and age, I watch the news and women are getting hurt left and right. They're getting attacked. They're getting raped. They're getting drugged at the clubs, kidnapped, like all of the above, right? And this is, I don't want to scare anyone, but I watch the news. So it's happening, and it can happen. It can happen to any one of us. God forbid, I hope it doesn't, right? But it can happen. Therefore, we need to be aware. So if you a homegirl where you like to go to the party with your friends, but you like to get lost or you like to dip off because you see, one of your throwaways in a corner, or you see somebody else and you want to go home with him and you want to do this and that, I'm sorry. You just can't do that. Not if you with me. I'm sorry. You just can't. You really just can't. I think the only way you can is if it's a guy that and you probably shouldn't even do it then, but I will definitely say I've done it before where if it's a guy that we both know, right? So if it's your ex and that nigga not trying to kill you and y'all just trying to rekindle the flame, yeah, I'm not going to cock block and be somebody's mother at the party. No, you can't go with him, or if it's somebody, another friend of ours that's of the opposite sex. And it's no, you can't leave with, Tony because you came with us. I think there's a gray area when it comes to this rule of we come together, we leave together. But if it's someone you just met, I don't know them, you don't know them, I'm sorry, you just should not be leaving with someone else and you came with your homegirls. You shouldn't be leaving with someone else with or without your homegirls. You just shouldn't do it. And I don't like when girls don't follow this rule because I feel like most girls, especially Black women, we have this responsibility. It's this automatic responsibility for each other of I have to get you back home safely because I know that Black women are getting attacked, raped, drugged, kidnapped, sex trafficking, whatever case may be. It is our responsibility to take care of each other and to make sure that you get back home safely and I get back home safely. So if I don't do my part and my job in making sure that my friend gets home safely, especially if she was in my company, I would feel crazy. If God forbid something ever happened to her. And it would be a part of that rule. We come together, we leave together. It's very simple. That rule applies vacation, out in the club, wherever case may be. You need to make sure that you guys get back home safe. And I think, if it's a situation where it's hey, if your homegirl is adamant about, I'm trying to go be with Latrell tonight, and he texting me, so I'm trying to leave with Latrell. Listen, here's what we could do. You can leave with us. We could drop you back off home. And if you really want to go be with Latrell, you can catch your Uber to Latrell, or Latrell can come pick you up, or whatever case may be. But once we drop you off or I drop you off, I'm not saying whatever happens to you happened to you, but it's okay, I did my part because you're still a grown ass woman, right? And we not taking care of kids, right? So if your homegirl, baby girl, want to go see Latrell, she gonna go see Latrell with or without you. But you need to do your part as a friend to say, well, listen, you want to go see Latrell after the club, that's fine, but I'm going to drop you off home. I'm going to make sure you get in the house safely and you close that door. Even if you open that door right back up and get Latrell's car, that's now no longer my business because I did my part. So I think, especially for young women too, not saying old girls don't be kidnapped and, whatever we do. I don't say we do. Oh my God. That was really bad. Not we do as in me, but especially young ladies who, they go to the club, they're getting super drunk. They are in a space where it's a turned up lit party. They're just living wild and free as they should. They may not be as aware of certain things because I will tell you, when I was younger and I was going to clubs in the city, in New York City, and, I'm leaving the club at 5, 6 in the morning and I'm drunk as hell. I'm stumbling. I'm, getting into Ubers by myself. It's unsafe. And thank God nothing has ever happened to me. But God forbid I got into that one Uber where that Uber driver wanted to do something to cause harm to me. It's a wrap. Like, I'm not with my friends. My friends not, protecting me. I have no way to really protect myself because I'm drunk. I'm not even aware of my surroundings or what's going on, what's happening. So I think it's definitely way more important for young girls to just understand that rule. And it's a way to protect you while you're out. Like, you guys have to be responsible for each other. And the only way you can do that is, hey, we come together, we leave together. That also means, too, do not let your homegirl go to the bathroom by herself, because shit can happen also in that walk to the bathroom. You will be surprised sometimes, depending on where you go or the situation. You just never know. There's creeps everywhere. And if you a creep, if you a certified creep, or you a part of the creep squad, men, right? Your name is Peter, and you at the same club and your friend walked to the bathroom, it could be some creep dude watching your friend walk to the bathroom, could be following her, could do whatever to her. Or they could do whatever to your homegirl that was left at the bar or at the section, whatever case may be, while you went to the bathroom. They could go over to her, maybe slip something in her drink, your drink. Who knows? Like, you don't take your drink with you to the bathroom. I don't think most girls take their drink to the bathroom. So that's another rule. Like, just for the safe side, like, especially if it's a big group of you guys too, like, you can afford for one girl to go with you to the bathroom. Like, it is what it is. And if it's two of y'all, it shouldn't even be a question. Like, if your homegirl go left, you go left. Like, there's no reason why your homegirl should be going to the bathroom or going somewhere else in the club by herself. And y'all came together, like, you just need to go with her. Like, just be that support. So I'm happy. Like, as I'm talking about this, I'm like, most of my homegirls, we follow these rules. Like, and we never even spoke about it, but it's just something that we both know. It's just like what we do. We even check on each other like, hey, y'all home safely? Yes, I'm home. Let me know when you get home. Good night. Love you. Had an awesome time. Cool. We even check on each other the next morning, because you never know. Like, just God forbid. Like, hey, y'all, just checking in. Y'all good? How y'all sleep? Y'all was lit, turned up, whatever case may be. You just never know. So I just say that to say, like, I want us ladies to do a better job at protecting each other. If it's really going to be protect Black women, let's actually work on protecting Black women. It starts with us as well. Like, I know protect Black women is a movement. I have a hoodie that says protect Black women. I preach it all the time, and it needs to be a movement. And people do need to protect Black women, but Black women need to also protect each other. And girl code rule number 4, protect each other. We leave together. I'm sorry, we come together. We leave together. Period. Pooh. So that's rule number 4. What's the next rule? Okay. Child, let me drink some of this. I might as well finish it, right? It's just like a little swig. The alcohol start kicking in when you like, ooh, I'm getting hot. Ooh, child, I'm sweating. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, girl code rule number 5. Okay. And I'm going to have to talk through this one because there's some gray area, but do not, I repeat, do not bring a girl around me or in my space or to interfere with my energy if you know I do not rock with her on any level. Now, I'm not saying that if y'all friends, if I got beef with somebody and you my friend, you got to have beef with that person too. No, that's not what I'm saying. But we all know there's sometimes somebody where they either did you dirty, maybe, maybe y'all got physical before, maybe they stole your money, your man, your food, and you like, oh, baby girl, we're done. Whatever case may be, there's certain situations where you don't rock with somebody to the umpteenth level. Like, it's just, there's not a cold day in hell. Hell would have to freeze over before you be friends with that girl again. I'm talking about that type of situation. Anytime you have a serious beef, like we scrap it in the street type beef with somebody, do not bring that person around your friend. If they have a problem with them like that to that point, don't bring them around. Don't bring them around because it's messy, it's catty, and you're just trying to stir up drama. You're trying to stir up drama. Now, the gray area with that is if you are friends with someone that one of your friends or your close friend doesn't like, I think that's okay, right? And I think it's like, I think it's okay depending on like the situation. Because I think for me, right, like if my friend didn't like another girl who I also called a friend, but she didn't like her because, that girl I call a friend slept with her man or, talked about her nasty behind her back or just did something really bad. If you hurt my friend to that capacity, I probably can't rock with you because I'm a person that I'm going to look at the full picture. And even though it's none of my business and I wasn't involved in the situation, if I know of that you're doing someone dirty and I know that to be a fact, I more than likely am going to keep my distance. I'm not saying I'm not going to be cool with you, but it's like, how you going to be cool with somebody who doing something dirty or grimy to one of your close friends, especially if I'm closer to the friend that you're doing it to than you. Like, it's definitely a wrap. But let's say y'all both on the same level to me. Just naturally, if I know what's going on, if I'm privy to the situation, if I'm privy to the dirty shit that you're doing to this girl, I'm not going to want to rock with you because if you could do it to her, you can more than likely do it to me. And I never like to be in situations where I'm cool with two people who beefing and they both telling me stuff and situations. Now I'm in a weird situation and I got to tell you, don't talk about my friend when I'm with you because, we just not doing that. I got to say that to you too. It becomes a lot. So I say that to say like, this applies to really when it's like a serious situation where it's like, no, me and this girl don't rock with each other. We never will rock with each other. Be a good friend. Don't try to be Oprah, Dr. Phil, and try to kumbaya and bring people together. Oh, I'm going to have all of us in the same room because now if something go down, you set that situation up. So I don't want to say you're responsible, but you're basically responsible because you had no business bringing the girl around somebody or your friend when you know that they don't rock with each other. Like I said, if it's something where, their situation is petty and it's small and it's like they're not trying to kill each other, they don't want to kill each other when they see each other, then yeah, I don't think it's an issue. But I think you definitely need to make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's and saying, hey, homegirl A, are you okay with or cool? Or even if, let's say, you're not trying to ask for permission, you say, hey, homegirl A, I'm having a dinner party and I'm inviting homegirl B. I know y'all not cool or whatever case may be, y'all had a falling out, but she's going to be there. I want you to know y'all don't have to speak. Maybe y'all could be cordial, but I want to make sure y'all respect each other and y'all there for me. Like, I think that's okay and that's cool. But like I said, if it's something where it's on site, just don't even do it. Don't, I'm telling you, don't do it. If anytime one of your homegirls say, yo, I see this heifer, it's on site, just say, you know what? Baby, you have to sit this one out. Unless you want your friends fighting at your dinner party. Like, just sit it out. But yeah, and I think also too, because it makes me think about, I think it's weird when girls form this like weird pact of, if I don't like her, then you don't like her. I hate that with a passion. Like, hate it. Like, there are times when, there are definitely times when one of my friends, or even me, I didn't like someone or I didn't mess with someone, and someone who I call a friend is still cool with them. I don't find anything wrong with that. Like, especially, like I said, if it wasn't anything severe where it's like, oh my God, like, I'm losing sleep over this, like, if you really did not hurt me to my core and it's just like something petty and it's like, I don't like her anymore. I don't expect for my best friend or my homegirl to then not like you either, right? Like, I just don't expect it. Now, I would definitely have a conversation with my homegirl to say, hey, listen, I know you still cool with Tara, but Tara ate one of my chicken wings at the club, and you know how I feel about my chicken wings, and it was lemon pepper. So I don't mess with Tara no more. So I'm gonna just let you know. I know y'all cool. I'm okay with that, but don't talk about me with Tara. Don't tell Tara my business. And just keep it cute when it comes to you and Tara. Like, I don't exist to her. So, and she don't exist to me because she ate my chicken wing, and she should never ate my chicken wing. And it was a flat. I only eat flats, and it was the last flat in the box. So, like, if it's a situation like that, yeah, like, it's cool. But if it's like Tara done, let me see. Tara, what's something that's like really, really bad that like a girl could do? I'm trying to think of like a scenario. Tara done stole money out my mama purse. Tara done stole mama last $10. That was her gas money out my mama purse. Me and Tara gonna have to scrap. Now, I don't condone fighting, but you steal money. You steal money out my mama purse, and that was her gas money. Child, we liable. We liable to tussle and rumble. Okay. I'm joking, but if it's a situation where it's like, it's serious and it's like, yo, I don't mess with Tara at all. Like, I don't rock with her. I know you cool with her, but I don't. I don't think it's a situation where you shouldn't be telling a friend like, yo, you can't be friends with her. But I definitely think it's okay to tell your friend like, yo, I know that's your friend. I know you cool with her, but I'm sorry. Any situation where it's going to be the three of us, I'm choosing not to. So I'm not saying this is how I would handle it. I would tell my homegirl, like, I'm not saying you can't invite Tara to the function, but if you do, just letting you know, I won't be there. And I think that's okay, right? Because some girls might say and think like, oh, you gonna let a girl mess with your energy? Oh, you can't be in the same room as somebody. Don't let nobody drive you away from having a good time. No, forget that. I am big on, and my mother knows this. Like, we talk about it and laugh about it all the time. I am big on, I don't even give you the opportunity to interfere with my peace. If you do something that I do not appreciate or respect, I'm not going to say like, because you have to have grace, right? And I have grace for my friends, my family, and I would like to think that they have grace for me as well, because no one's perfect, right? Like, you're going to mess up. Sometimes you're going to be a bad friend. Sometimes you're going to be a bad daughter, sister, cousin, whatever, right? But if I know that me and you do not see eye to eye, there is a serious issue between you and I, and it is something that hurts me, that is near and dear to my heart, or, something that is just really hard for me to move past, maybe I could forgive you, because we're all about forgiveness, right? If you believe in God and, you are someone with a heart, right? I would like to hope and think that you can forgive someone, right? So I can still forgive you, but I have to forgive you from a distance. That don't mean that, I want you in my space or in my presence. It just like I can't, because if you have somebody that you don't mess with in your space or in your presence, if that person is still on that type of time and they want to be catty or phony or whatever case may be, they might do something, say something to you when you're not looking, whatever. I mean, I don't think verbal or saying something to someone is anything that you should really ever get worked up about, but maybe they do something to you. Maybe they try to poke you or provoke you. And regardless of how calm and reserved you stay, and, they, as Miss, our first lady, she's still my first lady. As Miss First Lady would say, when they go low, you go high. Even if you go high, they're still fucking with your peace. And I just don't give anyone the opportunity to fuck with my peace. So I bring this back around to say, if it's someone that I truly do not fuck with, I have to tell my and my homegirl still messes with that person, or she's still cool with that person, that's fine. But I have to tell my homegirl, hey, just so you know, me and her will never be in the same space. Unless it's your wedding, if she's gonna be there, or your baby shower, something super duper important for you, don't invite me to the club when you going with her and I don't rock with her, and it's on site every time I see her. Let's just not. To be honest, I probably don't even want to go out with somebody I'm not even cool with, because it's just, even if it's not that type of time, even if it's just I don't really like her, I don't fuck with her. I just why would I want to be out with you when I'm supposed to be having a good time and I don't even rock with you? Because if I don't rock with you at all, I probably don't trust you, would never trust you. It's just weird. So yeah, it's weird energy. So I say that to say, yeah, just don't do it. Don't bring any girl around me or any girl around your homegirl that she made it very clear she don't rock with, because you wouldn't want her to bring somebody around that you don't rock with, and it puts you in an uncomfortable situation. Period. So that is another girl code rule. Now let's get into, because like I said, there's so many rules. It's we could talk forever about girl code, breaking rules, what that looks like and all that. But let's talk about when a girl breaks a rule, because I feel like when girls break girl code, or when girls fall out with each other, it's war. I hate it. It's war. It's I could never forgive that hoe. F that. I'm done with her. This and that. It's y'all become worse enemies. It's crazy. But a dude that we messing with, who do us dirty day after day, treat us like shit, we give them grace and take them back all the time. But you don't do the same for your homegirl. And your homegirl been with you through thick and thin. She been with you every time that nigga break your heart. Your homegirl is right there to pick up the pieces. But your homegirl make a mistake, or she do something you don't like, and we don't grant them grace. So I say that to say, depending on the rule that is broken, I think that should determine if that girl can be, or your friend can be forgiven for breaking girl code. So let me give an example. So I'm trying to think because I don't want to use real life examples because I don't necessarily want to put my friend's business or me and my friend's business on Front Street, especially ones that I'm still very close with. So I'm trying to just think of like an example. So like, let's say you have a friend who, okay, actually, a little bit of tea, child, just a little bit of tea. So I had a situation where if you and your homegirls go to a party and, you know, she gets lost in the sauce and she meets Jerome and goes home with Jerome and does not leave with her friend group, like, yeah, I think it's okay to talk to your homegirl to say, yo, you tripping. Like, your safety is important. I care about you. Why did you do that? Don't do that shit again. Like I said, we come together, we leave together. I don't think, if your homegirl does that or she breaks girl code, rule number, Uncle Clifford, rule number 564, you guys shouldn't be friends anymore. But I definitely think, you can talk to your friend and say, yo, like, you was wrong. You should have never done that. And here's why. And here's what could have happened. And I think as long as she receives it well and she understands and she's not like combative in a sense of like making it bigger than what it needs to be, and she's not arguing you down and just being nasty with you, yeah, like, it's okay, you broke girl code, but like, get back in line, we good. Like, it is what it is. But if it's a situation where like, you slept with my ex-boyfriend because y'all seen each other out at a club and y'all ran into each other and, drinks was flowing, whatever case may be, the situation, wherever y'all was at, I wasn't there, and y'all have a thing and I find out about it, like, it's a no. It's a no for me. Like, I can understand if somebody wouldn't want to take you back as a friend because you broke a really, really severe, important, like, rule number 1, girl code rule. It's just like, you can't be trusted. And it's really not about like, oh, you slept with my man, you slept with my man, because it's like, or my ex-man or whatever, right? Because once again, these niggas is for everybody. For the most part, like, these niggas is for the streets. But it's the point of, I can't trust you now because you did something behind my back that was low with an ex of mine. How can we ever come back from that? Like, how can I ever trust you? Why? Like, am I going to feel comfortable bringing you around my new man? Are you going to do that again to me? It's just so much that go into it. So I think, should we always forgive our friends if they break girl code? I think it depends on the rule that was broken. I do think us women, and I would say, well, let me say us women, because I'm not going to say only us black women, because I don't know what white girls do in their day-to-day relationships, because I'm not a white girl and I'm not looped into white girl shit, but whatever. But I will say, I think overall as women, and I talked about this earlier already, but we just need to do a better job at giving each other grace. Like, we give these niggas more grace than we give each other. And I just think it's weird energy to me. Like, you mean to tell me you can't talk shit out with your homegirl, but you could talk shit out with this nigga every night on the phone who be cheating on you or that be doing God knows what that hurt your feelings all day, every day? but you have a misunderstanding with your sis and y'all can't talk it out, it's giving weird. Like, we be so quick to cut our girlfriends off, but don't be quick to cut a nigga off that's doing us dirty. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I say that to say, like I said, like, I think depending on the situation, that's what determines if you still going to be cool with someone or not. You know, can they be forgiven? What does your relationship look like moving forward? Maybe y'all get back cool, but y'all don't really rock with each other like that. Maybe it's like, hey, I don't hate you, but we just cordial now. Like, or we need to rebuild our trust. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. You know, because you're setting boundaries, and I think boundaries is good. You know, it might be uncomfortable for some people, but fuck it. Like, it's my fucking boundaries. Like, it is what it is. If I say, hey, yeah, I can forgive you, but here's my boundaries moving forward, then it's either you accept and we can move forward, or you don't accept and the relationship stay dead. But I think we don't even give each other the opportunity to even talk about it. Like, I think it's rare I see girls fall out with each other and then come back as being friends. No matter if it's something big or small, when girls have a fallout, and I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I have a little petty argument. I'm talking about like a fallout, like, oh, I don't fuck with her no more. Like, it's rare you see girls like come back with each other. And I will say, like, this year for me has been a little bit different in how I handle my friendships. So, you know, with me moving to Houston and being in a new city, meeting new people, making new friends, building a whole new sisterhood from scratch with girls that don't know me, I don't know them. I had to let my guard down. You know, I had to be able to trust more. I had to be able to see the good in these women. I had to be able to allow them to be a sister to me. And everyone starts at 100, right? Like, like I said, not everyone's going to be perfect. Maybe we don't always get along. We don't have to hang out every day. But if I fuck with you to an extent to let you in my home, in my space, to tell you my business, or, you know, to trust you in any capacity, like, yeah, we're cool. We're friends. And I think for me, I never really had to do that because in New Jersey, I wasn't out making friends every other weekend, because when you born and raised somewhere, you're not really pressed to really make friends like that. In my opinion, like, it's just like, okay, if you make a friend when you go out somewhere, that's cool. But you don't need to look or find friends because you're born and raised here. I would like to hope and think that you have at least one friend, right? But when you move to a whole new city, you don't know anyone, you don't have any family here, you need some type of support system. And that's what I've set my eye on when I first moved to Houston. Even before talking to guys, trying to figure out the dating scene, my first priority was, I need a sisterhood. I can't do this shit by myself. I need friends. And shout out to Black and Happy. Their organization, a group, I believe it's 3 founders, where they relocated to Houston and they started Black and Happy, and they throw events every month, every other month, you know, a couple throughout the year, where it gives Black girls the opportunity to go to these events, meet other Black women, link, exchange information, talk, build connections, make friends. Like, and I went to 2 Black and Happy events. I actually just went to one last weekend. And, you know, I bring that up because you have to be able to be in a space to, one, want to make friends, want to get to know people, listen, and just be open, right? But if you're a girl that's like closed off, you catty, no new friends, and whatever that song Drake sing, and, you know, you don't like girls and stuff, like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's just weird. Like, I think it's just very like weird energy. And because I've been in that space this whole year where I'm meeting new people, I'm building friends, I'm building relationships with new friends, I'm maintaining relationships with old friends. I don't want to call them old friends, but friends that I've had prior to moving. I've been really critical of who I have in my space, right? I think for a while, I've been the girl who I can tolerate people and friends even when they do something to hurt me, annoy me. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a sense of like I give you too much grace, or I maybe don't care as much, or I just ignore it. I don't know. Maybe it's all of the above. Whatever it is, I just wasn't, focusing on reevaluating my friendships to see if it still serves me. But this year, that has changed. Regardless if it's new friends, old friends, I am in the space where my friendship have to work both ways, right? I'm not saying every time you need to give me 110% into our friendship, but I need to know that you have great intentions for our friendship. You are there whenever I need you, and we have a basic understanding of respect, love, care, support for each other. And I think depending on the people, that might look different with each of your friendships, right? So you might have one friend where y'all talk once a month, but once y'all talk, y'all keep keying, y'all catching up, whatever you need, she got you, whatever case may be. You might have a friend that you talk to every single day. You might have a friend that, y'all don't link that much, but y'all always talk on the phone or y'all text. Like, it's different relationships that you might have with your friends, which is fine. Whatever works for y'all, that's fine. But it got to work for the both of y'all for it to work. Because if one of y'all have one expectation and the other friend has another expectation, and y'all not on the same page, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a problem. Y'all both need to be able to be on the same page and say, hey, here's what I need, or here's what I'm looking for from you or in our friendship. And either I'm not getting it or whatever case may be. Like, I think it's okay to talk about that and come to middle ground, because it might be somebody to say, oh, I'm not, you never know. It might be a situation where, you tell your homegirl, hey, girl, every time I call you, you don't answer. I really needed you this time and you wasn't there for me, whatever. I don't think it's an automatic write-off, but I think it's definitely a conversation to say, hey, sis, like, here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I need from you as a friend. You're not giving it to me. What's going on? Your friend might say, yo, I'm going through something. She might not even realize she wasn't there for you. She might be able to take accountability to say, yo, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't see it from your point of view, but I understand how as a friend, I was not being a good friend. Like, there's so many ways you can approach that situation before saying, fuck that bitch. I don't mess with her. Like, but I feel like that'd be the automatic go-to with us. Like, it's just, you have one falling out with a friend, or y'all have one argument or whatever. It's an automatic, I don't mess with her. I don't like her. Y'all both being catty. Maybe y'all throwing subliminals back and forth with each other. It's just weird energy. And I just don't like it. But going back to what I was saying is like, I'm now in a space of, in the past, when I would have let a lot of stuff go and give a lot of passes and grant people a lot of grace when it comes to not giving me what I need in my friendship, or violating the boundaries that I've set for our friendship, I just was like, I would just kind of like let it go. But this year, there's been a couple people that I definitely had to, I don't like to use the word cut off because it sounds harsh and it sounds like mean girl, and I'm not a mean girl at all. But it was definitely a couple girls I had to keep a distance from. And I had to have a conversation with them to let them know and understand, like, hey, I love you. I still love you. But you hurt me or you did this to me. I don't like it. I still don't like it. And in order for us to maintain a friendship, I need you to understand where I'm coming from, how you hurt me, and what we can do moving forward in the future so that this does not happen again. I've had situations this year where I've had to have those tough conversations with someone I called a friend. But the reason why we're not friends anymore is because it wasn't received how it was supposed to be delivered. And I would like to think, once again, I'm not perfect, but I would like to think that how I delivered those messages to them, especially because I tried to have like a third party there, not wanting to bring other people into our business, but I like to have like a third party involved sometimes, just because, you know, girls can be catty. They can say, oh, you said you didn't say this, you said that. And it's like, no, I definitely said something else. It's like people could mix your words. I don't know. So I always just like to, not saying I do that with every situation, but with these situations this year, it was warranted that a third party like needed to be there. And they couldn't understand how they hurt me. Even with me explaining it in a way that was very mature, I broke it down. I wasn't upset. I wasn't catty. I wasn't yelling. And I didn't even lead with like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. It was more so like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. You hurt me. Here's how you hurt me. And like, this is what I need from you moving forward. And they could not accept that or understand it. Therefore, I said like, well, hey, I respect that. Like, I'm no way, shape, or form saying you need to do this. But if me and you are going to be friends or we're going to get past this hurdle, I need you to understand where I'm coming from. And if you can't understand where I'm coming from, there's really nothing else for us to talk about. And it's unfortunate because I don't want to have a situation where, you know, I have to, you know, no longer be friends with someone. But how do you move forward in a situation where you're not, you know, seeing eye to eye with a friend and they can't understand where you're coming from? I would assume maybe you also don't understand where they're coming from, because you might be like, what are you talking about? That's not what I said. That's not what happened. How could you feel this way? Whatever. Like, it's just a misunderstanding. Like, I don't know. I think maybe there's a way that women can, maybe at some point women can get to a point where, you know, we could be like guys. You know how guys, they can, child, these men out here, they'll argue, fight, tussle, drop each other on the necks and, you know, punch them in the stomach and I don't know, God knows what else, and then play the game right afterwards. I'd be like, was y'all not just WWE wrestlers 2 seconds ago? How are y'all now dapping each other up? Yeah, what's good, bro? Yeah, what you doing? Like, it's just, I actually love that. Like, I don't know if it's fake, but I think for the most part, guys just understand that you can be in a situation where you can hate each other 1 minute and love each other the next, and it's okay. Like, we men, we're gonna fight, we're gonna argue, but you still my brother, you still my bro. Like, it's cool. It's not that big of a deal. Not all men, because some of y'all be shooting each other now, and we want to stop the violence. But for the ones who can fight and argue and be cool with each other. Like, I love that. And I wish women, especially Black women, can do that more. But I feel like, with us, we fighting or we talking about you on social media. That's why your mama a hoe and she be having sex with my weed man. And that's why you ain't got no edges. And that's why your cootie stank. Yeah, remember that one time you ain't had no tampon in the club? How did you burn my tampon? Like, we just start airing out each other business. We talking about each other. It gets nasty to the point where how can we come back to being cool? How can we be cool again? We done went to the 10th power. And even if we went to the 10th power or not, this sounds weird. Some women don't even be catty, but they just would never speak to their friend again. There's some situations where girls are not cool with each other and they couldn't even tell you why. Oh, you mess with so-and-so? Nah, I don't mess with her no more. Well, why? I forget. What? What you mean you forgot? You forgot why you're not cool with your sister anymore? Are you kidding me? Like, I just think it's weird. I think it's corny. I think it's nasty, if I'm being honest. And I just want us to be better and do better. I feel like, it's so many movements when it comes to Black women, this, love on us, protect us, and do this. But I feel like we sometimes keep that facade up with social media, but in real life, we don't really be following girl code. We don't really hold each other down. We don't really listen to each other. We don't really allow each other to make mistakes and try to forgive. We don't teach each other how to be a good friend. We don't respect each other when we're in a friendship sometimes, or if we fall out of a friendship, we just automatically go to like the 10th power. And like I said, I just want us to be better. So yeah, I mean, that was really all I had, when it comes to talking about girl code. I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to hear from y'all. Like, what did I miss any girl code rules? Like, did I miss any big ones? I feel like the ones that I talked about are like the top ones. Because think about any situation where girls get into fights with each other, what they really be arguing about. I never seen a girl. Then again, like I said, if you eat the last time my chicken wing and they lemon pepper and it's a flat, I really might not have to talk to you again. I really don't know. But that's just me. But I never really seen a situation where I seen girls, fall out over something and they could get back with each other. Like, I don't know. I just don't be seeing it. I want to see more of it. I want to see more. And then if they do get back with each other, it'd be like 30 years later, like at the reunion. Like, damn, sis, like 30 years. Like, we ain't talking because I ate your lemon pepper wing for 30 years. Like, so, I just want us to be better. We need to, child, I would be the first one to say, it ain't much we could learn from these niggas out here. Because y'all are just tacky country. I still love y'all. Because, we can't live without Black men. And I love Black men, protect Black men too. But y'all niggas, and y'all do nigga shit sometimes. So it's rare. You might hear me say us Black women can learn something from y'all. But I will say, when it comes to friendships and how y'all protect each other, and in a sense of y'all can argue and be cool the next minute, I think women can take a page from the guy code, and we can be better in that point. But like I said, I definitely want to hear from y'all. Write in the comments, write on the Chitts and Giggles pod Instagram page, write on YouTube. Like, I want to know, like, what are some girl code rules that you have for your friends? Has any of your homegirls ever broke girl code? What happened? Were y'all able to recover? Did you ever break girl code? Like I want to know, because we need to talk about it. We need to figure it out. Like I said, the media right now with Meg Thee Stallion and her best friend, one of them broke girl code. Even if, let's just say, now let's talk about this case, because even if Kelsey really did shoot Meg, because we don't know if it's Tory or if it's Kelsey. They saying one person got DNA. What is it? Not DNA. The gunpowder. I mean, bullet. The gunpowder. I watched too much A&E to not know. But yeah, I don't know. We don't know if Kelsey or Tory have the gunpowder on their hands or what. I don't know what's going on. Who did this? Did you shoot me? Did you shoot me? If Kelsey shot Megan, honey, that's another girl code rule that she broke. Thou shalt not shoot my friend. Does not matter what she did. It's just, come on, really? That's what we doing? We shooting each other now? Like, we taking lives, really, sis? Because I mess with your man. Like, I just think it's just crazy. I don't know. But then again, like I said, just don't put yourself in a situation where you are harming your girlfriend and you're breaking girl code. Just live by the rules, live by the law, live by the book. Then you never have to worry about, hopefully you never have to worry about, somebody feeling a type of way about you because you're not breaking girl code. Like, just period. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to talk about that today because, like I said, I've been watching this Meg Thee Stallion case and I'm like, this is getting juicy, but it had me thinking about just Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey's relationship as ex-best friends. And I was like, ooh, let's talk about girl code next episode. So yes, I'm so happy that you guys were able to tune in. Definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chitts and Giggles Pod. Follow me on Instagram at Chitts and Giggles Pod, on IG. And tune in for the next episode. We're going to be talking a lot more shit, having a lot more guests. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Bye.
When I paint the town, only blue sheets. When they pay me now, I treat a setback like a step back. Wave. I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the fire's clear. All my niggas on the flight.